Good evening, this is Bel Geode and we are back with some Microsoft Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. This is the Vietnam era. Today we are going to be flying the Fairchild C-123 Provider. So let me tell you a little bit about this aircraft and our mission that we've got to do today. It's going to be an interesting one, to say the least. This particular FSX version was created by Vladimir Zholsky, I'm hoping I'm saying his name right, and it was adapted for FSX by Danny Garnier. It was originally created for FS9 or FS 2004 if you prefer. It's got a lot of nifty things, such as our little guy in the Jeep there who's going to back in. And we're going to go ahead and close the ramp. I'm sure he can just pretty much stay there. As long as he's buckled in, he should be fine. Okay, and as you can see, we've got some other little nifty little things, like we got the chocks there, and we've got our engine nacelles closing up. We're also going to close up the back door real quick here, and then we're going to close the front door. There we go, everything's looking good. Alright, so we are pretty much set to start. There's one. We'll get number 2 going. There's 2. Okay. Now we can go ahead and call for clearance. And we can begin our little mission. We are going to be, as the name would state, providing stuff to various air bases, as well as some of the people of South Vietnam. But first, let me go ahead and get a little bit of clearance here from the tower. Alright, so we want fly by ground and departing straight out. There we go. Flew by ground, 612, request taxi for takeoff, departing straight out.
612, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 9er using taxiway. Contact tower on 118.8 when ready.
Cool beans. Taxi 2 and hold short, runway 9 using taxiway, 612. Alright, well I think my crew is just about ready, so we're going to go ahead and push off here and get our day started. Our co-pilot for the day is going to be Billy, and he is just about ready to go, or isn't that right, Billy?
Yes, sir. Ready to go, sir.
Excellent. So what do we have first on the agenda today here?
Well, sir, our first stop is going to be Da Nang, and we're going to be picking up pigs, sir.
I'm sorry, Billy. I don't think I heard you correctly there.
That's what it says on our manifest, sir. We're supposed to be picking up about a dozen or so pigs from Da Nang International.
Yeah, that's gotta be a mistake. Alright, we'll fly out to Da Nang anyway, and we'll send Jimmy out in the Jeep and see if we can figure out what the hell's going on here. I swear. Never a dull moment in Vietnam. What can I tell you here? Alright, so we are taxiing out. So as we make our way to the runway here, let me give you a few quick facts about this aircraft. It first flew on October the 14th, 1949. It was introduced into military... Oh, what the hell? There's a poster of Air America back there. I never noticed that before. Anyway, it was introduced into military service in 1956, and that lasted until 1980. It is still being used by certain flying clubs. In fact, the first time I saw this aircraft was at an air show recently. Alright, let's go ahead and get some clearance. Flew by tower, 612, ready for straight out departure at runway 9er.
612, cleared for takeoff. Runway 9er, departing straight out. Approved.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 9er, 612. Alright, Billy, here we go.
Aye, aye, sir. All instruments check out. We're ready to go.
Man, I love it when I'm working with competent people here. This is awesome. Okay, we are taking the active, and I think we're Probably going to do a brakes down, throttle up here, but let me see if I can get us somewhat lined up on center here. There we go. That looks about right from my point of view. Okay, and we're going to switch to the outside view so that we can watch a takeoff as soon as I can get this bird centered up here. There we go. Okay, here we go. Brakes down, throttles up. Alright, and we're going to come off the brakes. Just like that, we're off. Now this thing was designed for short field use, so we should be able to get airborne relatively quickly, but I'm going to take us a little bit further down the runway before I rotate here. Yeah, right here is about good actually, so we'll go ahead and start our rotation real quick. And there we go, just like that, we're up. Love it. Alright, gear up, Billy.
Gear coming up now, sir.
Thank you very much, my good man. Okay, gear shows locked. Flaps up, please.
Flaps are in transit, sir.
Damn, you are hella efficient. I like you, Billy. I like you. Alright, so continuing the story of the provider, it was originally designed as an assault glider for the United States Air Force by Chase Aircraft. Back then its designation was the XCG-20, that's X-Ray Charlie Golf 20. And we're going to ignore this lady here. Yes, while this was in development, they decided to make a couple of prototypes that were powered. One used two Pratt & Whitney R2800-23 air-cooled radial piston engines, which you might notice that's pretty much what's on the rings right now. The other was fitted with General Electric J47-GE11 turbojets in two pods. So for a brief moment of time, this aircraft, while in an experimental phase, was the U.S. Air Force's first jet-powered military transport. So I guess you could say it's like the grandpappy of the C-17 Loadmaster and aircraft like that. In any event, back in 1953, Henry J. Kaiser purchased the majority share of the Chase aircraft and basically just figured that he could take control of the C-123 contract. However, there was some kind of pricing scandal that essentially led to him being told that no further contracts were going to be honored. So the entire C-123 contract was put up for bid, and of course, Fairchild won. So they ended up taking over production of what Chase had originally called the C-123B Avitruck. Yeah, that was a horrible name, and it never stuck. I'm glad. Now, a few short years after that, the Air Force and the Coast Guard were the first entities to actually take possession of the finished aircraft and, basically add them to their roster. It ended up being used for search and rescue as well as by the Air Force Thunderbirds demonstration team. But it would be a while until it actually made its way to Vietnam, and it really didn't do that until essentially the Air Force found out that the Army was sending planes like the CV-2 Caribou and the de Havilland Canada C-8 Buffalo to Vietnam, and then, not wanting to be outdone, they decided to send the C-123 there as well. Alright, I'm going to pause our little history lesson for a second here because I want to see if I can see Da Nang. Yep, there it is. It's a little bit hazy here today. It's probably going to rain later. It's Vietnam. It's always raining at some point in time. Alright, there's Da Nang International, so we're going to be calling the tower in a second. Now, while this aircraft was in Vietnam, it had many roles. Of course, transport is what it's most famous for, as you've seen in the movie Air America, like that poster behind me. It also functioned as a jump aircraft for airborne troops, as well as an aerial spraying craft, which there's a little bit of conspiracy with that, but I'll get into that in a second here. Let me go ahead and call for clearance. Da Nang Tower, 612, 7 miles northwest to land.
612, Da Nang Tower, make left downwind, runway 35, left, altimeter 2901.
Okay, and we'll acknowledge them real quick here. Fly left downwind, runway 35 left, 612. So the conspiracy, or should I say controversy, that this aircraft was involved with involved the infamous Agent Orange. This was the aircraft that was spraying that toxic chemical over Vietnam, which of course affected a lot of American troops and the pilots and crews. It's really hard to say that the U.S. Air Force meant well when they decided to use this aircraft to spray Agent Orange, because I mean, they were trying to defoliate the Ho Chi Minh Trail so that it would be easier for them to track and stop the North Vietnamese trying to supply southern Vietnam with arms, and the Viet Cong, of course. However, as I am sure you may be aware, yeah, the consequences to our troops, and like I said, in particular to our flight crews that had to do these missions, was it really worth it? No, definitely not. Now, this thing also did have some more secret missions. One of the things that it was famous for, it flew with the Special Operations Wing as flare ships. So basically they illuminated targets for gunships like the AC-47 and the AC-119G. So that was a little bit better mission that they had to do there. Okay, as we can see, we are coming in. The gear is down. Billy is Johnny on the spot there. And we are downwind. Alright, Billy, you got everything set to go, so I'm going to go ahead and just bring us down a little bit. As soon as we pass the runway, we're going to make a really tight turn to the left here and bring this sucker down. You might want to tell Jimmy back there to get ready with that Jeep.
Will do, sir. I'll be right back. Hey, Jimmy. Boss says get ready with the Jeep. He's getting ready, sir.
Thank you so much, Billy. Alright, let's get ready to go base leg here. Yes. The C-123 provider. It is a really cute plane here.
Cleared to land, runway 35 left.
Alright, looks like we got our clearance, so that is my cue. Cleared to land, runway 35 left, 612. Alright, we are just past the runway. Okay. I'm gonna go a little bit further down here, and then I'm gonna make the left. Right about here should be good. Look at all those rice paddies down there. Now, one good spraying mission that they did do was during like the monsoon season and so on. This aircraft was used to spray insecticide, basically, which wasn't nearly as deadly as Agent Orange was. But what that had the effect of doing was to help minimize the mosquito population, since of course mosquitoes can carry diseases. Alright, we are on base leg. We're not exactly on base leg, but I'm going to go ahead and pull us in here anyway. Okay, so far looking good. Okay, let's go ahead and bring the power back a bit. Just gonna float this sucker down. We're not quite lined up, but I think we can probably drift the rest of the way in here. So that should work. That should work. And here we are at Da Nang Air Base. Whoa, we are floating. Holy crap, that's a downdraft. Oh, crap! Did we just tail strike?
It would appear so, sir. Yes, I think that was a tail strike.
Okay, well, you saw nothing, okay? Nothing. Okay, I'm going to park this sucker right here and open up the ramp, and we'll get Jimmy out there to pick up our cargo. I still can't believe they're actually pigs. Ugh, this ought to be interesting. Alright. And there goes Jimmy. Da Nang ground 612, request taxi for takeoff, straight out departure.
612, taxi 2 and hold short of runway 35 left via taxiway Whiskey 1. Contact tower on 125.0 when ready.
Oh, we're ready now, sucker. Taxiing, hold short, runway 35 left, using taxiway Whiskey 1, 612. Da Nang Tower 612, ready at runway 35 left, departing straight out.
612, cleared for takeoff, runway 35 left, straight out departure approved.
Cleared for takeoff, runway 35 left, 612. So they weren't kidding, huh? We really do have pigs.
Yes, sir, that was absolutely correct. And as a matter of fact, right now, Jimmy's back there putting parachutes on them.
You're kidding me. Tell me you're bullshitting me, please, Billy.
I'm totally not kidding, sir.
What in the hell? Alright, well, as soon as Jimmy's done, putting parachutes on the pigs, you tell him to get up here. I need to talk to him and find out what this is all about here. And as soon as we take off, I'm going to need you to give me our destinations again, if you don't mind, please.
Yes, sir, can do, sir.
Thank you so much, Billy. Alright, here we go. Brakes down, throttles are already up. And we're off like a prom dress. We're already drifting. Lovely. Okay, we should be airborne momentarily. And we're going to need to bring this sucker around almost a full 360. Actually, more like a 270. Alright, we are airborne. Gear up, please.
Gear is coming up, sir.
Wonderful, wonderful. And, of course, the flaps. There we go. Okay, flaps are up. Gear is up. We are looking good. We got positive rate of climb. As soon as we reach the end of the runway, I am going to put us into a turn to the right.
612, you are leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Alrighty then. See ya. We'll be back some other time. Okay, here we go. So a few more facts about this bird. It usually holds a crew of 4, had a capacity for 60 passengers or 50 litters or 24,000 pounds. Its length was 76 feet 3 inches, wingspan of 110 feet, and a height of 34 feet. Power plant, of course, was the Pratt & Whitney R2800 99W double wasp 18-cylinder radial engines, plus those 2 pods that you see just outboard of the props there. Those are the General Electric turbojets I was telling you about, giving this sucker a max speed of 228 miles per hour or 198 knots, and we had a range of about 899 nautical miles. Our service ceiling is about 21,100 feet. Those pigs are going to drive me nuts.
Well, if all goes according to plan, sir, they won't be on board with us for too long.
Yes, how could I forget? We're carrying the 1st Division of para-pigs somewhere in Vietnam. Which reminds me, do me a favor, please. Go get Jimmy.
Yes, sir, right away, sir. Hey, Jimmy, get up here. Boss wants to see ya.
Sir, you wanted to see me?
Yeah, Jimmy, Billy tells me here that you're putting parachutes on the pigs. Is there some truth to that? Why are you doing that?
That's exactly what the order said, sir. Supposed to put parachutes on pigs and drop them over Thorn Bay in the daytime. Supposed to be some kind of hearts and minds thing.
That is the craziest thing I have ever heard in all of my years doing this. How in the hell are they gonna even fly?
Sir, I've been dreaming of doing this since back on my papa's farm in Oklahoma. Trust me, sir, these pigs are ready to fly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take your word on that one.
Sir, not to interrupt, but we're approaching our first destination. This is Cam Duke. It's under our control, sir.
Thank you, Billy. That's perfect. Alright. So then let's see if we can go ahead and go downwind. We'll turn around and come in the other way at Cam Duke here. And Jimmy, you might want to head back there and get those crates ready so that way they can offload them the moment that we get down. Wait a minute. What the hell is that? Do you guys see what I'm seeing? It looks like smoke.
Sure shooting that smoke, sir.
I see it too, sir. I'll see if I can radio them. Cam Duke Air Base, this is 612. Come in, please. Cam Duke Air Base, this is 612. Come in, please. No response, sir. Should we attempt to land anyway?
Well, let me get a closer look at what's going on at the airbase, and I'll make that judgment call there. Just be prepared for anything here. So far, I'm not seeing any small arms fire coming up, so it looks like whatever was going on there might be over for now. I guess the real question is who won? Damn, that looks bad. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit here. Can't really make out too many people down there. I see what looks like a C-130 Hercules. Those look like American uniforms, so I can only assume that means we still have control of the base. You know what, Billy? Go ahead and drop the gear and flaps. We're going to attempt it anyway.
Yes, sir.
Well, I sincerely hope Jimmy can keep those pigs in order back there, because this is going to be one hell of a turnaround. Oh, boy. What the hell happened there? I can only assume that Charlie was going after this base at some point in time, very recently, and might have been repelled. That's the story I'm going with anyway. We'll find out in a second as soon as we come down on this runway. Alright, a little bit more. Alright, we're a little bit off center, but I can adjust for that. I'm going to bring the throttles all the way back here, Billy.
I copy that, sir.
Oh, hell no. There's no way we're going to make this. I'm giving it full throttle, Billy. We're getting the hell out of here.
But sir, what about the cargo?
Yeah, they can get their supplies by U.S. mail. I am not chancing this bird becoming a smoking wreck trying to come down on that obstructed runway. Not happening.
But sir, especially if they just got assaulted by Charlie, they're gonna need these supplies more than ever. There's a lot of medical supplies in there.
Well, how in the hell do you propose that we get down there? We can't exactly land. You saw all the obstructions on that runway.
Sir, them crates back there already got chutes attached to them. I reckon they figured that we were going to have to drop them out the back.
Son of a... Okay. I'll turn around. We'll make another pass at this runway. And as soon as we get overhead, Jimmy, you just start pushing crates out. But try not to get those pigs caught in the mix, please.
Yes, sir. I'll get her done, sir.
Thank you, Jimmy. And Billy, you picked a hell of a time to grow a conscience on me here.
I'm sorry, sir. It's just that...
No, there's no need to apologize. The fact of the matter is you're absolutely correct. And this is what we gotta do at all costs. We gotta make sure the supplies get to our boys down there. Alright, setting up for round 2 here. Okay, so what I did to set up for this pass here was I just set the autopilot to a few hundred feet above the deck. Once we make our turnaround to go over the runway, I'm going to engage that, and that should hold us on a pretty steady course so that Jimmy can start pushing those crates out. Damn. This is not exactly what I signed up for this morning. And then there's those damn pigs in the back, snorting away. Good grief.
Well, all things considered, sir, at least Jimmy's doing a pretty good job keeping them all behaving. They could be squealing all over the place every time we turn.
Yeah, that is a very good point. And actually, speaking of which, we should be past the runway now, so I'm going to get ready to make our turn to the left one more time here. Stand by on that autopilot. I'm going to need that engaged quickly. Jimmy, stand by with those crates. I'm going to open the ramp as soon as we straighten out.
Yes, sir. Ready back here with the crate. Just say when.
Alright, stand by. I'm pulling us out of this turn as we speak here. Okay, here goes nothing. Alright, Jimmy, go, go, go.
Brace the way, sir.
Copy that. I'm going to go ahead and close up the ramp, give her full power, and we're getting out of here. See, Billy, that wasn't so bad, and we didn't even have to bust our asses trying to land here.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what's the story on the Porky Parade here? Where are we dropping them suckers off? That noise is really starting to get to me here.
Well, sir, according to the manifest, the first batch is supposed to be dropped over the village of Thon Ba, and then the second batch should be dropped over Datang, which is another village just over the hillside.
Alright, well, you got the map, so just clue me in as to when we get near the area there. In the meantime, I'm going to keep us on autopilot for a little bit, at least until we crest over those bridges there.
I copy that, sir.
I understand the Hearts and Minds campaign was designed to win over the hearts and minds of the people of South Vietnam, but dropping pigs on people's houses is exactly why this is not going to work.
We're approaching our first drop zone now, sir. It's that little farm just on the other side of this hill.
Oh, the one off to the left. Yeah, I see it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drop the ramp. Jimmy, get the pigs ready.
Lead hogs are ready to fly, sir.
Good man. Alright, I'm going to pull our power down a little bit and try and see if I can overfly the farm a little bit closer here. I really don't know what's the ideal altitude to be airdropping pigs, because I've never done any of this kind of crap before, so this is going to be interesting one way or the other. Okay, so how many pigs are these guys getting?
I got 6 ready to go, sir.
Alright then, give me about 5 seconds and then start dropping pigs, please. Never in my life have I heard quite a sound like that.
That's it for the first batch, sir. Got the second batch all wrangled up. They're ready to go too as soon as we get to the next area.
Alright, good deal. You said the next area is Datang?
That's affirmative, sir.
Okay, well that is directly ahead. That's that big, huge clearing there. They got that whole village over by the river. Alright, here we go. We're going in. Alright, Jimmy, let loose the pigs.
Yeah, soo-wee. Yeah, big, go. Go, piggies. Soo-wee. Yeah. Good shoots on all the hogs, sir. Cabin's clear.
Alright, then I'm going to go ahead and close up the ramp. Feel free to buckle yourselves up. We are heading to our final destination, which is going to be Chulai Air Base. Well, this was something to write home about. Well, folks, as crazy as it may seem, this is exactly the kind of stuff that was considered like an unconventional mission for the C-123 providers. So they did have to do crazy stuff like this. Alright, let's see if we can contact Chulai and request full stop. Tower 612, 22 miles west to land.
612, tower, make left traffic, runway 32, altimeter 2997.
Okay. Looks like it's getting ready to rain too. Enter left downwind, runway 32, 612. Alright, so we should be down in approximately 6 or 7 minutes. Directly ahead you should see Chulai Air Base, and we're going to need to swing out to the right so that way we can do our downwind leg, and then we'll make that left turn to base and then final. Now this air base that we're flying into between 1965 and 1971 was actually held by the United States Marine Corps as one of their major military bases. Not to mention an interesting modern day side note to the whole area of Chulai, Kia, you know, the makers of Kia, the automobile, they actually have a plant. They have had a plant there since 2001. Alright, Billy, no time like the present. Go ahead and drop the flaps, please.
Aye, aye, sir. Flaps coming down now.
Thank you, First Lieutenant. And the gear.
Gear's coming down now, sir.
And flaps to landing configuration. I've got that. Okay, so we should have this portly bird on the tarmac shortly, so everybody buckle up. Time to make our final U-turn for the evening here and bring us into the airport. Alright. Well, so far it's been an interesting mission. I've still got a little bit of a ways to go here. As soon as we pass that runway, we'll do like we did getting into Da Nang, and that should be sufficient. Alright, so I'm going to bring her down just a touch here. I've got the autopilot completely off, so this is all going to be hand flying here and eyeballing. Oh!
Cleared to land, runway 32.
Very good, very good. Cleared to land, runway 32, 612. Okay, let's do a landing here that'll make Mel Gibson and Robert Downey Jr. proud. Now, I mentioned earlier that it looks like it's about to rain. Well, I hate it when I'm right. One of the things about this aircraft that was kind of infamous, this thing had a nasty habit of leaking in the rain. Matter of fact, there's even a story that I read somewhere online that there was a crew that had to basically open the back door and pitch the nose up in order to flush the water out. They did that like 3 times along their journey. Looks like we're getting in shortly after the rain has subsided and the humidity has set in, so we should be able to land this bird without any issues. Alright, I hope you're ready, Mr. Billy, because we are coming in.
Ready for landing, sir. All checks are done. Everything's still in the green.
Runway's looking a little slick there. Luckily our stall speed is about 83 knots or 95 miles per hour, so I'm going to try and keep our engines just over that as we make our way in. Alright, here we go.
very good landing, sir. That was much better than the one back at Da Nang.
Shush, nobody asked you first, Lieutenant. And thank you. What the hell's going on up there?
Looks like some fool done got himself stuck.
No, there's more to it than that. It looks like smoke coming up there. I'm pretty sure that's an airport fire truck as well. Alright, when we get a little closer, Billy, see if you can eyeball what's going on here. We're going to do some aviation rubbernecking.
That appears to be a Sandy, sir. I guess they had an emergency landing.
I guess they did. Well, hopefully they're all safe and sound. I know those birds can take a licking and keep on ticking, but yeah, I would hate to be in one of those things. I'd rather be in something nice and sturdy like this. Well, if nothing else, at least they have the foresight to get him out of our way, because this is our turnoff here. Okay, try not to stare too hard, guys. I'm sure he's had a very bad day.
612, contact ground 130.475.
Okay, will do. There's our parking spot up ahead. 130.475 for 612. Alrighty there, Sandy. I guess we'll leave you to it. Okay, well, that will just about do it for us. We're going to go ahead and pull up into our parking spot. We're going to park in front of those constellations there and behind that C-130 Hercules. And I sincerely hope that you have enjoyed this look at the Fairchild C-123 Provider and its role in Vietnam. If you did enjoy this video, feel free to click like and don't forget to subscribe. Alright, I'm going to try not to get on the grass here. Oh, I see our marshaller there. He's probably going to direct us to the right, so you know what, I'm going to beat him to the punch, and I'm just going to park right behind that Herc there, over by that ground power unit that's just sitting there, the yellow one. Okay, and I don't know about you guys, but I think it's just about time for a nice ham sandwich with a side of bacon. What do you say, guys?
I'm Jewish, sir. It's against our religion to eat pork.
What? You kidding me? Ah, well, Jimmy and I will have some then. What do you say, Jimmy?
Oh, I don't eat pigs, sir. I'm a vegetarian.
What the hell, man? Alright, you know what? You guys are no fun anymore. Damn. I'll just have my own ham sandwich. Alright, well, right here looks good, so I'm going to go ahead and put on the emergency brakes. And we'll open up the ramp, turn off the lights, and, of course, turn off the engines. And that way Jimmy can get the Jeep out and drive us over to the barracks and the mess hall, and you guys can eat whatever you want to eat. Okay, so engines are spooling down. Ramp is open, and Jimmy's going to get the Jeep out any second. There we go. Alrighty, folks, thank you so much for watching. This has been Bel Geode, and this was Microsoft Flight Simulator X Steam Edition in the Vietnam era. This was a C-123 Provider. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you on the next episode. And until then, from rainy and humid Vietnam, I'm telling you, ciao.